Good morning, welcome to Non-Farm Payrolls Day. So it is the 7th of February, it's Kim speaking, and it's, as I say, Non-Farm Payrolls Day. So I don't expect too much this morning, but we'll see what comes of it. But at the moment, then, let's look at the euro from a daily point of view. Broken the prior lows there, broken the key level of 1.1. It was a significant level. It wouldn't have mattered if it had just pulled back into its S1 and bounced, but no, it even closed below that, and it's continuing this downward passage at the moment. So looking pretty soft. Next level of support is around about that 109 area. That may not be a straight line, of course, with non-farms out later. If they're not particularly good, we could see it get a bounce, but I would potentially still be looking to short it next week if that were the case. We'll see, but for now it's looking weak. Retracements may offer opportunities to sell into it, maybe swing more as a swing than a day trade, and just leave it and see if it can run down to those prior lows. This morning is quite difficult. It's air kissed its daily pivot there. It's rounded off. It may just come down to support the S1 and bounce and do something, but my preference would have been if it had ran back into that 60-50, but not to be. Yesterday very choppy for most of the morning there, and it was only later on there at 2 o'clock that it actually started eventually rolling. So we'll see for today. I wouldn't expect anything else rather than chop this morning, maybe. Okay, pound. Now the pound also has broken its trend line I drew on a couple of days ago. It's gone through it yesterday. It sort of tested it, bounced off it, then came back and broke it and closed below it. So erring on the more bearish side. It's already below its monthly S1. It's heading now, looking towards that S2 area. Maybe a bear flag sort of occurring at the moment. Not quite into the daily pivot so far, but maybe later, looking across the lows there, but would like to see post 8 o'clock just to see if it runs into that pivot. Sorry, just come down the shorter time frame on the pound for a moment, and it is looking rather choppy on this shorter time frame, but it would be nice if it would just run down there. Right, let's get back to dailies. Sorry about that. Just wanted to have a look at the short term. Okay, so dollar yen, as I said, it's back risk on, and the yen's been sold off on that basis, but everything is its dollar strength kicking through here, even without the equity market pushing up. The strength of the dollar's showing there. And well, what for today? Well, possibly more upside. One thing to note is the size of these candles is reducing, and generally when you see this, it can show that there's a weakness in the market there. So there is some signs of weakness. I was looking to see if there'd previously been divergence. It hasn't. It's not really worked out. We've got new highs since that, which has moved back up again. So it's lost the divergence there. It may be showing a bit of, no, it's not showing divergence there either yet. So again, retracements here may provide something. It's got some potential, I guess, for the upside, but can be rather slow. I mean, yesterday's some 10 o'clock there, it was at 109.80. It made around about 20 pips all day long, so very thin market. Okay, which makes it more of a swinger than a day trader. Aussie dollar, lower highs, lower lows on his 60 minutes, just to show you the dailies here, and sure, it's sort of again come through weakness yesterday. Another shooting star there. We had a spinning top, a bit of a shooting star, breaking down this morning, looking soft again, and we may just see this continuing back to those prior lows there. Again, not masses of points in there, but maybe 20 pips in there or something like that. Potential, it may roll through that, but again, non-farm payrolls out later. At this stage, it's unfortunately it's broken this out of this current range. It may just consolidate for a while before it breaks out the next range. So not a lot of movement there. Canadian dollar, talking of not a lot of movement. Inside day, only slightly in outside. Another, all small days here. Again, when you see this, you think, well, it's losing the momentum to the upside. Well, we'll see. It does look potentially a bit soft, although this current bar is, I mean, the one thing is it takes a lot of down bars and then one big up bar, then loads of down bars. So maybe it's got the strength to push through there. Maybe just consolidating around this phase for another shove up there. But again, it's the movement in there is not particularly great. New Zealand dollar, I talked about this yesterday. I tend to pick on it every day, and I was looking at the range it was pushed in, and it's eventually rolling over here. It's my preferred route for it because of the shape it's doing. It put in a bearish pivot swing yesterday on the 3 candles there, and has triggered that this morning and looking particularly sheepish here. Bearish, still pushing south. So all in all, we'll see. We haven't got a lot of choice there. We'll quickly have a look at the S&Ps because I looked at these through, for those that the equity markets yesterday. Look at that little bar there. Ended up slightly positive, but all those gains were made just in the London sort of session there of the futures, and nothing much. We just saw actually it pulled back through the later session, maybe just consolidating, ready for another push to some new highs. But you do look at this and you think, well, I'd look at this and think, well, has it got the legs to put in another one at the moment? It may be just softening out a little bit here, ready for maybe a little bit more of a correction to the downside. Yesterday there was a lot of potentially good news, good news. The Chinese had taken off some of the tariffs and everything else on the US goods, yet we didn't really see much of a gain from that. So maybe the market's just got a bit tired basically, and maybe just waiting for non-farm. So there we are. Did I mention non-farms today? Have a great one. Bye for now.